Highlights from the AM Cup and the RaceRoom Ranked Championship Season 2 of 2022 would see Denez starting from pole position, but it was Ben Farkash with a better start up towards the first corner. Up onto two wheels goes the Hockenheim race winner, and he'd lose out a couple of positions. Balázs coming through as well as Sebastian Ray, and the door was open for more pain up towards turn 3 as the door would be open for Fausto and for Pasemko to come through. Melichak Mackley was on the rear end of Mark Nandori before coming down into T4. A bit of a miscommunication between the two of them, and Nandori would be sent off into the gravel trap on the exit of the fourth corner. The top six were starting to pull away, whilst seventh was a feisty battle, seeing Popov trying to hang on from Mishevic up towards the first corner. Mishevic would grab himself over seventh position, but Popov was not done with that one. He'd send it down the inside, and then the Peugeots would come through, Peter Daniel being the head of those, and Renta also making his way past. Mishevic getting a bit slow as well as the Peugeots would switch positions. It opened up the door for Melichak Mackley to come through in the double left-hander in the middle of the circuit. A poor lap for Mishevic. Back to the race lead, the six were pulling away. Fausto in third position under pressure from Sebastian Ray. Balázs trying to keep up with the race leader of Denez. But as the battle was brewing for third place, Sebastian Ray wasn't just ready to go for a move just yet. Balázs was, though. He'd send it down the inside of Denez coming into T3. Denez with the up and under trying to get back to the inside would retake over the race lead, but it was bringing the four behind right back into this fight. Fausto leading them. A bit of a mistake from Ray, just slowing down the three behind. It was, though, Fausto that was the main guy on the attack. Straight to the inside, coming down into T4, getting past Balázs and up into second position with a super move, a super cutback, diving back down the inside. Meanwhile, the Peugeots would all come together just a touch. Daniel on the inside, sending out the likes of Melichak, Mackley and Renta, who would drop back behind the likes of Mishevic, and then also Bozo, who would come straight down the inside, a bit wide from Mishevic. Daniel coming through the middle in the Peugeot, the Renault on the outside being Bozo, and an absolute calamity towards the back end of the top 10. On board with Renta, who was trying to attack Mishevic, who would then come straight back across the nose, and unfortunately the Lincoln Co would be sent into the pathway of Bozo coming through that third corner, and Bozo had nothing that he could do about it. Meanwhile, back up to the battle for the race lead. Pasemko would go out a little bit wide, opening the door for the Hockenheim race winner of Ben Farkash to get around the outside coming into T6 with a super move. A little bit of contact between the two of them, just slowing them down. Have to work a little bit harder to catch up with those ahead. Renta would be out just a touch wide, opening the door for Melichak Mackley to make a move into the penultimate corner and down the inside of the final one, moving his way up the back end of the top 10. Meanwhile, Sebastian Ray straight down the inside of Balázs with a very aggressive pass. Noj, though, with a beautiful move back around the outside of the fourth corner to hang on to the final spot on the podium, at least for now. A bit of contact between the two of them up towards the run between 4 and 6, and that was Balázs hanging on to the podium spot. It wasn't done, though, because Sebastian Ray would be straight back down the inside of Noj. Nearly opened up the opportunity as well for Pasemko to come straight back through on Bence Farkash. Still, Balázs was able to hang on from Sebastian Ray. Sebastian Ray, though, was having to worry about Bence Farkash coming straight back through, and then just after that as well, he'd drop back to the rear end of the train because Pasemko would be down the inside coming into turn 7. And he would be down to 6th place. A big move down the inside from Bence Farkash. Contact between himself and Balázs, and Bence Farkash would be sent down to 7th position behind even Popov, and nearly behind Daniel as well, who would hang on to just about. The race lead, though, was being turned up to 11 because Fausto was on the attack straight down the inside of Denez with a brilliant move into turn 3. It certainly wasn't done, though, because Denez was firing it back down the inside into T4. The up and under, though, from Fausto would give him the inside line all the way around 5. The outside line for turn 6, but that one's not necessarily too bad, certainly not at this point in the race, and Fausto would retake over the race lead with immediate effect. The top 4 would remain very, very close, but no one could do anything about Andre Fausto. After taking over the race lead, he would hang on to the checkered flag and take victory in the second race of the season.